Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are exploring something every Android developer should know, which is custom tabs, sometimes called BrowserX. If you ever needed to open a web content in your application, you most likely use Intent or WebView, but the BrowserX gives you the best of both worlds. It's fast, secure, and easy to customize. To get started, you have to add the BrowserX dependency to your project. So you visit this page. I'll leave the link in the description. You copy this dependency and then come to your app build.gradle file and then add it to your project and sync. Once it's done, you add internet permission because we'll be loading live web pages. That's all. In the main activity, let's create a composable core browser app. Now inside here, let's use a column and then add a button so that we click to open the browser content. So I'll use the link to open my channel. Let's pass a modifier to configure this one to take the full screen and then set fill max width. Let's also center it. So let's create a function that will be responsible for opening the link for us. So inside this function, create custom type intent builder and launch the custom type by calling launch URL function. So this function takes a context and then a URL. So we can pass the context and then the URL. Now let's pass the context and then the URL. Call to URI on it. Now we can call this function inside our click listener. So you first have to create the context. Now pass the context and then also pass the URL. And that's it. So let's run it and see. Now click on this open channel button. As you can see, it has launched the browser right inside the application. So if you come to recent application, you see that there's no application in the background. This is your application, the one we are running right now. So the browser has been opened right inside the application. If you use intent, the intent will use your default browser application. So it will leave your application and then open a different application, which is your browser, to view the link. If you use the WebView, the WebView is a browser on its own. It's like you are building a browser inside your application, which is heavy. And it also comes with a lot of work because you have to configure it by yourself in terms of security, performance, styling, and everything. But this one, this BrowserX, allows you to open the application right inside your application. It comes with customization. It has a back button that when you click here, it takes you back into your application. When you open it, you have this option. This button allows you to perform multitasking. It minimizes the browser to one side where the user can still continue to interact with the application. So imagine it's a video application. The user can continue to watch this video whilst interacting or sending message to a friend or somebody on WhatsApp or any social media. So you can perform multitask. That's the benefit of using this BrowserX. Aside that, it comes with customization. All these menus here, you can customize it. You can add your own menu to it. You can also change the look and feel. As of now, it is just white color, like just the default color. You can change it It also allows you to open your native browser. So if this is not enough for you, you have the option to open the link right in your own browser. So if you come to the recent options, you can see that we have two options here. This is my native browser, and then this is the application. So if you use an intent, it would have gone straight that way and then open the browser, which makes the user leaves your app, which is bad because sometimes they might fall in love with whatever is happening here and they might not return to your application. So this is the best option if you want to keep your users glued to your app. Telegram, LinkedIn, X, and WhatsApp uses this feature a lot. So let's look at some of the customization that can happen on your BrowserX. Let's customize the toolbar title and then the color. So to do that, you just create a color value, get color, and then pass the context, and then you access the color. Once you do that, you create a color params. So there's a class called custom params. So you call that with the builder. You call this method set toolbar color, and then pass your color, and then you call the build. So once you build it, you can add the color to your intent. So here you can say dot set default color scheme param, then you pass the color param. We also want to set the title, so you call set show title, then set it to true. Now let's run the application again. So now open it again, and you see, so it allows you to customize the browser to look just like your application. So let's say your application is blue, whatever color it is, you can customize it, and it has a dark mode and the light mode as well. The title is now showing. Let's see how to add a menu to this list. For adding a menu and then adding actions on the toolbar, they are quite the same. We'll add the option for the user to copy the current page URL to the clipboard. To do that, you call add menu item. So it takes a title and then pending intent. So this intent will trigger whenever the user clicks on the menu item. So let's give it a title called copy link. Now we have to add a pending intent. Before we pass the intent, let's first create a broadcast receiver that will listen for the menu click. So you can create a new class here called copy link receiver. So this should extend broadcast receiver. Then you override the onReceive method. So here we listen for the menu click. So create a variable. When the user click on it, we want the URL. So you say URL, and so I'll call it URL underscore key. If it's not available, now create a variable for the clipboard. And then set the this to copy URL, and then you pass the URL you retrieve. So we'll just make a toast. Now register this broadcast receiver in our manifest. So come to the manifest and then create receiver. You pass this receiver and then terminate it. Also add export to false, and that's all. Now inside the main activity in our launch URL, you create an intent. So menu intent, pass the context, pass the broadcast receiver. Now let's get the URL link. So the key has to match. You pass the same key to this guy. Now you create pending intent. So we pass our menu intent to the pending intent. Now that we have this, then we can add it to our custom type intent. We can now test in our application. So open the button again. So when you come to the menu option here, you see our new item called copy link. So when I click on it, you see the tools link copied. It has been copied on a clipboard. Let me just paste it here for you, and that's it. It has been pasted. Or when you come here and you check the clipboard, yeah, this is it. So we have a lot of customization you can learn about. This is the documentation, and it talks a lot about the possible customizations you can do, and then even security implementations you can allow. So this library actually has a lot in stock. So you can add animation to how the browser enters and then exits your application. To do that, I'll just add a very simple animation by setting this to set start animation. So they have start animation, which takes a context and then you pass the animation. So I can say Android and then anim. So with this anim, I'll say fade in, and then the exit I'll pass fade out. I can duplicate the same thing and then do set exit animation. So this one I'll say slide in left and then slide out right. If you run it again, so you open it and then you see how it faded in. It was a fading, and when you close it, look at it, swipe to the right, you open it, there's a fade animation, you close it, then you have swipe to the right. So the BrowserX brings a lot of power and then customization, UI control, better lifecycle handling, and deeper integration with Compose. It's the next evolution of how we blend native and web experience in Android. If you found this video helpful, like it, subscribe, and check the full source code in the description. See you in the next video.